Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 was released with massive hype and expectations, but its rocky launch didn't stop it from eventually becoming a beloved game. After a series of updates and improvements, it transformed into one of the most immersive RPGs of its time. Set in Night City, a massive dystopian urban jungle, the game introduces you to a world where corporations rule everything and everyone is trying to survive. You step into the shoes of V, a mercenary with a deep connection to a powerful biochip that can make or break you. What makes Cyberpunk 2077 stand out now is its detailed world. Every street corner, neon-lit alley, and skyscraper is packed with life. The story is gripping, with multiple paths to take depending on your choices. The character of Johnny Silverhand, voiced by Keanu Reeves, adds a lot of depth to the narrative, and the gameplay is packed with action, hacking, and customization that makes each experience feel unique. Whether you want to engage in high-speed car chases, explore deep philosophical conversations, or sneak through shadowy corners taking down enemies, this game offers endless ways to play, but it's not just about combat. The side missions are incredibly detailed, offering deeper stories and complex characters. It's a game that feels alive, where your decisions really matter, and every action has its consequences. The visuals, stunning. The soundtrack, memorable. And the atmosphere, unlike anything you've ever experienced. The improved version of Cyberpunk 2077 in 2023, thanks to the expansion Phantom Liberty, has completely revitalized the game. It's like a whole new experience, and players are loving every moment of it. If you haven't played it yet, now is the time to dive into the world of Cyberpunk 2077. With its incredible attention to detail, dynamic storylines, and hours of content, it's no wonder it's earned a perfect score from fans. You might just lose yourself in Night City for hours, and trust me, you won't want to leave.
Disturbance reported in Pacifica. Any available units?
Roger that, dispatch. But we'll need backup. Dispatch. You there?
Bandit, again. Suspect's vehicle has been located. Details have been sent.
Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice is not just another action game, it's a brutal test of your skills and patience. From the creators of Dark Souls and Bloodborne, this game takes a different approach to combat. Forget about shields and heavy armor. Sekiro is all about precise timing, perfect parries, and quick reflexes. Every enemy you face, no matter how small, can take you down if you're not careful, and that's where the thrill lies. What makes Sekiro stand out is its unique posture system. Instead of the usual health bar, you battle for control of your opponent's balance. If you break their posture, it's time to strike with a deadly blow. This adds layers of depth to every fight, making each encounter feel tense and rewarding. But Sekiro doesn't just challenge your combat skills, the game throws in stealth, exploration, and a rich world full of secrets to uncover. The narrative is tight, and you play as the lone wolf, on a quest to rescue your kidnapped lord and seek vengeance against the enemies who wronged you. The combat is fast-paced and unforgiving, but when you pull off a perfect counter or a well-timed attack, the feeling of satisfaction is unmatched. It's hard, yes, but every loss teaches you something, and every victory feels earned. Sekiro isn't for everyone, it's for those who want a challenge that pushes them to the limit. If you're ready to put in the work, you'll be rewarded with one of the most rewarding action games ever made. God of War 2018. Let's talk about God of War, the game that changed everything for the iconic character Kratos. It takes the classic Greek god killer and drops him into the world of Norse mythology. But this time, he's not just a relentless force of destruction. He's trying to be a father, struggling to raise his son, Atreus, in a dangerous world. This makes Kratos feel more human than ever before. The story is gripping, with heartfelt moments that pull you in and make you care about these characters. The emotional depth is something you wouldn't expect from a game that's known for brutal combat. The combat itself is a beautiful mix of strategy and raw power. The Leviathan axe feels incredible in your hands, and the switch between it and the Blades of Chaos is seamless. Every fight feels intense and rewarding. The game's camera is another standout feature. It's a single shot that doesn't cut away for the entire journey. It's like you're living through the action without ever leaving Kratos' side. And let's not forget the world building. From the snowy mountains of the Norse realms to the hidden secrets and puzzles scattered across the map, every corner is packed with things to discover. But what really ties it all together is the father-son dynamic. As Kratos and Atreus venture through this land of gods and monsters, you see them grow together, teaching each other valuable lessons about strength, love, and responsibility. God of War isn't just a game. It's a journey, one that'll make you feel every emotion. It's the perfect mix of heart-pounding action and storytelling that sticks with you long after you've finished playing. It's no surprise that this game earned its place as one of the best of all time. The Last of Us. Let's talk about one of the most iconic and emotionally charged games ever made, The Last of Us. From the moment you step into the shoes of Joel, you're thrown into a world that's been torn apart by a deadly virus. But this game isn't just about fighting infected. It's about the raw, deep connection between Joel and Ellie, a bond that evolves through pain, loss, and survival. The story pulls no punches, and it's hard not to feel every moment, from the heart-wrenching losses to the small moments of hope. The gameplay blends stealth, action, and survival mechanics, making every encounter feel tense and meaningful. But what truly sets The Last of Us apart is how it leaves a mark on you long after you've put the controller down. The characters feel real, their struggles are relatable, and the story feels like something you've lived through yourself. It's an emotional roller coaster that stays with you. If you've never played it, you're missing out on one of the most unforgettable gaming experiences out there. Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 has taken the RPG world by storm. It's more than just a game. It's an adventure that lets you create your own story. The game is set in a world full of magic, monsters, and moral choices. What makes it stand out? The ability to make decisions that actually matter. From choosing your character's race and class to how you interact with others, every choice impacts the world around you. You can be a noble hero or a mischievous rogue, and you'll feel the consequences of your actions throughout the game. The graphics are stunning. The world feels alive, and the level of detail in the environments is incredible. You'll find yourself exploring vast, open areas, solving puzzles, and engaging in turn-based combat that's both challenging and rewarding. But it's not just about combat. The game has a deep, engaging story with rich characters that you'll either love or hate, and it's up to you how that story unfolds. What sets this game apart from others is its freedom. You're not forced into a specific playstyle. Whether you want to fight your way through or talk your way out of situations, the game supports it all. The dialogue choices are clever, and the voice acting brings the characters to life. Plus, it has a multiplayer mode, so you can team up with friends and explore the world together. If you're a fan of RPGs and looking for something that offers true player freedom, Baldur's Gate 3 is an absolute must-play. It's the kind of game that keeps you coming back, with endless possibilities and so much to discover. Don't miss out on one of the best RPG experiences of this generation. If you're still with us in this amazing gaming list, then you're a true gamer. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's move to the next game, Bloodborne. A world where every shadow seems alive, where monsters lurk at every corner, and the line between life and death is razor thin. Welcome to Bloodborne. This game will pull you into a nightmare, a gothic world filled with terrifying creatures and grotesque landscapes that make your heart race with every step. In Bloodborne, you're a hunter, trying to survive in Yharnam, a city cursed by a bloodborne disease that turns people into horrific beasts. The game's combat is brutal, yet rewarding, where timing and precision mean the difference between life and death. It's not about being the strongest, it's about being smart, knowing when to dodge and when to strike. The speed of the combat keeps you on your toes, demanding your full attention at all times. But it's not just the monsters you'll fight. The real challenge comes from understanding the story, a dark, twisted narrative that isn't spoon-fed to you. Every clue you find only raises more questions. The atmosphere is thick with tension, and every corner of this game feels like it's alive with danger. You'll constantly feel like you're being watched, that something is waiting for you just out of sight. The thrill of Bloodborne is in its challenge. Every death is a lesson, every victory feels earned, and every encounter is a test of patience and skill. The beauty of this game is that it rewards perseverance. If you're someone who enjoys a game that makes you earn every bit of success, Bloodborne is for you. You'll keep coming back, eager to face the next challenge, because in this world, you know there's always something darker lurking, just waiting to take you down. This isn't a game for the faint of heart. It's about embracing the dark, about conquering your fears one hunt at a time. Bloodborne is an experience that sticks with you long after you've put the controller down. If you love a challenge, a game that constantly pushes you to your limits, this one is unforgettable. Red Dead Redemption 2. This is a game so detailed that even your horse's testicles shrink in the cold. That's right, we're talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, the game that set a new standard for open-world storytelling. You play as Arthur Morgan, an outlaw trying to survive in a world that's quickly leaving cowboys behind. But this isn't just another action game, it's a cinematic experience, where every choice you make matters. You can be a ruthless killer, or the most honorable outlaw in the West. The world reacts to you, making every interaction feel real. The attention to detail is insane. NPCs have full daily routines. Your beard grows over time, and if you don't clean your gun, it actually starts to jam. The landscapes? Absolutely breathtaking. From snowy mountains to swamps filled with gators, it's a world that feels alive. But the real heart of the game? The story. It's emotional, intense, and unforgettable. You will get attached to Arthur Morgan, and by the time the credits roll, you'll understand why this game is considered a masterpiece. If you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2 yet, you're missing out on one of the greatest games of all time.
Shit!
The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. This is a game that completely changed the way we think about open-world adventure. The world feels alive in a way that no other game has managed before. It gives you the freedom to explore vast landscapes, dive deep into puzzles, and interact with the environment in ways that feel almost limitless. Every part of Hyrule is meticulously designed, making each corner of the world worth exploring. The game's mechanics build on its predecessor, Breath of the Wild, but takes it to the next level with new abilities that let you manipulate the world in mind-blowing ways. You can fly through the sky, move objects around, and even control time. The sense of freedom you get when playing is unmatched. But it's not just about the gameplay, it's the story and emotional depth that really make this game stand out. The stakes feel higher, and you truly feel like you're fighting for the future of Hyrule. Whether you're solving intricate puzzles or battling terrifying monsters, there's always something new and exciting around the corner. It's one of those games that not only challenges you, but rewards you in ways that keep you coming back for more. If you're a fan of adventure, puzzles, and open-world exploration, this is a must-play. Trust me, once you dive in, you'll find it hard to leave. Ghost of Tsushima. Step into the shoes of a samurai. Not just any samurai, but one caught in the fierce clash between honor and survival. Ghost of Tsushima takes us to feudal Japan, where you play Jin Sakai, a warrior torn between the traditions of his people and the need to adapt in the face of an overwhelming Mongol invasion. The visuals, simply breathtaking. The wind guides you, the cherry blossoms fall like rain, and every battle feels like an art form. But it's not just the breathtaking scenery. The combat system is sharp, precise, and incredibly rewarding. You'll be facing enemies in intense sword fights that demand both skill and strategy. The game's open world is vast, full of dynamic weather, day-night cycles, and side quests that are as emotionally engaging as the main story itself. The writing, powerful. Jin's journey to becoming the Ghost is one of internal struggle and growth, testing his very identity. What makes Ghost of Tsushima stand out even more is its attention to detail in representing Japanese culture. The respect shown towards samurai traditions, Japanese landscapes, and even the way battles are choreographed is just phenomenal. The game is a love letter to Japan, but it's also a story of sacrifice, transformation, and what it means to fight for something bigger than yourself. From stealth mechanics to epic duels, and a story that keeps you hooked from the start to the end, Ghost of Tsushima is more than just a game. It's an experience you'll want to remember forever. Stick around, because the journey of Jin Sakai is one you'll never forget. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Step into a world so massive that every forest, every village, and every hidden path has a story waiting to be discovered. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt isn't just a game, it's an experience. You play as Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter with 2 sword zones for men, 1 for beasts. But this isn't just about slashing through enemies. It's about choices, decisions that completely change the story. Save a village, and they'll celebrate you as a hero. Make the wrong move, and the same people might end up as corpses in the streets. The world of The Witcher 3 is alive. Walk into a town, and people react to what you've done. Travel through the wild, and you might find an abandoned house hiding a dark secret. Every quest, no matter how small, feels like part of a bigger, living world. And let's talk about the story, Ciri. A girl with unimaginable power is being hunted by a ghostly army called the Wild Hunt. As Geralt, you'll travel across war-torn lands, battle terrifying creatures, and even play a card game so addictive that people forget about the main quest entirely. But the best part? The game doesn't hold your hand. It throws you into a world filled with danger, magic, and choices that stay with you long after you've finished playing. That's why The Witcher 3 is considered one of the greatest games ever made. It's not just a game, it's a journey. And once you start, you won't want to stop.
Who's next? Damn it.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the list, make sure to subscribe and come back for more epic gaming content.